via Kamal Kanur online TV channel. Kajan Guasa me Bane Rush me Banajaling, Aler Bane Guasa me Raj Mishalat, Bay video major play via Jaling, you know, uh, Honorable Res Muoch Tang, Rajana Chalat, Quirington content to agree with Juba, you know, via Jaling. Kajan video na me bialinga. Jaraitin ko gurga jan wo de janak ko gurga jan wo de jakab no jan tetre wis ka juba katin ko onti lor jan lok lo lare wi ka juba cha jen che wo kut jit tuare che ko gul churi mo chukula to no man chala ka jan video mi che la no ni chang la jawan ken wo dong de janak ke de jam mo kerek nyong man chala che la ro ne chene che ka juba ko nong ne ya no khwimal ka me dane cha tai Rana spele mayo ban mandana la do was me ban jilin kel go jano bi mandana to bi ngai gwada me ane pale jizun pin kalyan wani konten bala gwasa me ka wani te ka to goro da randa kalin ko kan ya la to ne wi ki juba te kan ka lona kan ya so go ki mo ane chana jilin kel wana tin waya
Okay, greeting to all of you. I see 128 people here already. And like I said, I'm not going to spend more time. If you did not share the video, please go ahead and share it because this message is very important. We want other people to hear it through you and your friend also. My name is Des Moishang. Member of Parliament in the Republic of South Sudan. For those of you who have been calling me, my friends from Juba and also family members regarding what is happening in South Sudan, myself, I myself, I left the country when the Parliament went on recession, and I was able to come and visit the family. So all things that happened while I'm away. And I would also like to assure you that this is not the first time that we have gone through all intimidation and harassment and that are being done by the security of Salva-Kiir Mayardit. We signed peace and we have gone to Juba, but we are facing a lot of difficulties. But we choose to be in silence. We don't talk about them because we want peace to prevail in South Sudan. I would have been arrested by now if I am in Juba. I was also informed about it. But that could be just, they got the opportunity. We have been going through, attempt of assassination in Juba, especially personally in my life. I had counter, I have a number of incidents that had happened to me, and people have been following me. People have been going to my house, and they have been trying to fabricate issues, but they couldn't get a clue. I know if I am in Juba right now, I would have not been able to talk to you like that. One of the occasions I was followed up to my place, and I report this to the National Security Committee in the Parliament. For those of you who may want to know more about it, when I was followed, and the next time, the military that was supposed to protect the area kill a dog at night, and when I came in the morning, they told me that I killed a dog, and I was asked to pay for the dog or I pay for my life. So I had to pay for a dog. This is a situation that we are going through in Juba. We were in Juba not because Juba is safe for us, but it is something that we have signed up for, because peace sometimes is not easy to be achieved. Since we have gone to Juba without security, we thought that that could change the course of the people of South Sudan. I have reported this officially to the National Security Committee in the Parliament, and the response that I got was that I should negotiate and sort it out with these people. And I was told also that if if they come to you again, ask their number and then you can give it to us. This is a response from the National Security Committee in the Parliament. So what I'm trying to tell you that we've been leaving that it is not only that what had happened, that could have been a clue that they get to arrest or maybe kill some of us. I also still having my heart for my colleagues who are in prison, Honorable Pot and Honorable Garwailam, who have been just arrested yesterday, and they are still looking for more people. So concerning me, this is all about it. I am okay. There is nothing wrong. This is just a message to people who have been asking me. Our topic of today, I want to talk about the current situation in South Sudan. As all of you know, my message go to the people of South Sudan, all the communities in South Sudan. I want you to hear me out, and I want you to listen to what I'm going to say. The country belongs to all of us. And if there are crises today that can lead our country into where we don't want it to be, we need to speak the truth, and we need to speak it out to all of us so that we understand why what is happening is happening. I want to clarify some of the things that you may be hearing on social media, that the tension in Juba right now is caused by the war in Nasser, or maybe because of the killing of the general. This is what the people are saying. I want to set the story straight here. And I want to be very honest with you. The crisis now that have engulfed our country, that led to the arresting of the opposition leaders, it is not caused by war in Nasser. You have known that Nasser has been unstable for a very long time, and all of us has been speaking out, the members of parliament, myself included. I stood up one day in the floor of the parliament to raise the issue of Nasser. We have been meeting people in the government, regardless of which party they are, because we thought the government is one. We went up to Bill Farm. There was no SPLMIO in Bill Farm. It was just the SPLMIG military under the former chief of staff, the CDF, Santino. And we met with them. We even asked the president for the meeting, and we met with the first vice president. You have all been following that. The problem that is happening right now, that is leading our country back, hopefully not, to war, is something that is pre-planned. First of all, for you, the people of South Sudan, who does not know that President Salva Kiir once and again has been saying that the peace agreement that has been signed cannot be implemented. It is not implementable. Even if you bring God would not be able to implement the peace agreement. We all know that. The president has been saying it, and one over a time. He said it so many times, that this peace agreement will never be implemented. I think we all have heard that. Coming to what had happened now in Juba, they are just trying to cover up their plan. And probably because their plan has been uncovered before they implemented it. You remember when the president returned from the UAE with Bolmel, the day that they arrived in Juba, they made a unilateral decision to degree out the governor of Western Equatoria and also the Minister of Health that belonged to the SPLMIO. That was the beginning of the crisis. The crisis, they mean to do to instigate those crises so that they find a loophole whereby they can bring Bolmel into power. What is about to kill our people today is the issue of succession of Salva Kiir, that he wants to bring Bolmel into power. That is what caused all this problem. I want to make it clear to you that let you not be confused that there is Riek Machar and the SPLMIO who are fighting. You cannot fight. You are in Juba as a leader, and you don't have an army. You are in protection of somebody else. That is not true. The real issue that is about to kill our nation today is Bolmel presidency. Bolmel want to become a president. Salva Kiir want to give presidency to Bolmel. You all have known that This has been on social media for several, months, and even appointment of Woolman to be vice president has been communicated. So when they came back, they have already decided that is the right time. Coupled with that, they did not want to implement the peace agreement, and they want any loophole that they can use to destroy the peace agreement, whether arresting Dr. Riek or maybe arresting all the opposition like they have done today. They now concluded that this is their time. They have to do it while bringing Bolmel into power. So now when they come back, they start in Western Equatoria. As you all may have seen, the governor was unilaterally removed. The peace agreement is very clear that any member of the party, whether SPLM-IO or other political parties, there is no right that is given to the president to relieve them without any consultation with the leadership of that particular party. That did not happen. What they were trying to do, they have targeted two places, because they know already these two places, they have been having activities of insecurity. They choose Nasser and Western Equatoria. If you remember when the governor was relieved together with the Minister of Health, they also were appointing General Rulling to be the commander of disarmament, if you were following. That was the thing, because these are the two places that they choose to trigger the problem. And number one, that they were trying to do, because when they dissolved the SPLM, because SPLM were technically dissolved, Waniga was demoted to Secretary General, Secretary General was relieved, and Bolmel was swapped with Wani. He was taken, pending his appointment now to be the vice president for the SPLM. They were expecting, opposition within the SPLM. So they were trying to use Nasser and the war in Western Equatoria that they have created, to use it as a way to silence the people, the hierarchy, the people within the SPLM party, that we have got a war with SPLM, IO, whereby they are now trying to they want to silence them so that they will not talk of, Bull should not be there because Bull is a junior, Bull has nowhere to be seen in the hierarchy of the SPLM. So the people of South Sudan, you should not be misled. Our country has gone through so much death and displacement. And if there is anything that can return our country to war today, you should not allow yourself to be misled and be given wrong information. We need to know exactly what is destroying our country. We probably know that in 2013, who started the war and who killed who. We know that. And now they are trying to come back again and try to start a war, and now they are trying to blame it on other people. You need to know that the problem is not about the war in Nasser. The problem is about Bolmel taking over South Sudan illegally. They are doing it wrongly. Because if they silence the SPLM member by bringing Bolmel jumping over people like Manyang, people like Daniel Awadakot, people like Waniga, who was demoted to be the Secretary General, the peace agreement have provided for that transition to take place. The peace agreement, I have to read it to you so that you hear what the peace agreement said. In case if Salva Kiir, for example, want to bring Bolmel to power, he doesn't need to kill the people of South Sudan. He doesn't need to cause the war in Western Equatoria. He doesn't need to deploy army illegally. That was prevented by the peace agreement, because the peace agreement want only the unified force to be deployed into Nasser. By the way, the ceasefire, the cessation of hostilities, it demanded that there should be no movement of armed forces, there should no any recruitment, leave alone that the people that they were trying to deploy into Nasser, they were militia from Agwelek, who are technically Wyoming, and Abushok from Ngok who are technically Wyoming. But the peace agreement demanded that there should be no movement at all of the army, with the exception of the unified force. Let me tell you what the peace agreement has said about this. If in case, for example, the president wants to bring Bolmel, You don't need to cause a war with the SPLMIO because it is provided for that the SPLMIG. This is the peace agreement. Let me read to you Article 1.6.5. This is in the agreement. There is nothing this agreement has left out. It says, in the event that the post of the president fall vacant during the transitional period, which is now the period that we are in, for any reason including mental infirmity or physical incapacity of the office holder, the replacement shall be nominated by the top leadership body of the respective party, in case it is the SPLMIG. If President Kiir you realize that he's not healthy, he's not capable to run the country, and he want to nominate somebody to be in his place, good enough that they have silenced the SPLMIG, they can sit down peacefully, nominate Bulmel to be a leader of the SPLMIG, which is a partner of the SPLMIO in the peace agreement. He can even act as the president. The peace agreement has given that opportunity. You don't need to kill the people. You don't need to bring Bull illegally so that you want to kill the people of South Sudan and now you want to blame it on anybody. And this is a message to the people of South Sudan that this issue that is arriving today, and which is actually we should all stand up against it. We should all prevent the war not to take place in our country, because we know what will it result to. Like now you are hearing people who are agitating for war and who are saying that we will fight these people. It may get out of hand and our country will not recover from that. So you should not be misled. You read the peace agreement, and if anyone want to come in the middle, there is a provision provided for somebody to take the place of Salva Kiir while taking the country toward the general election. That will take us into where the people of South Sudan can now, go for election, a peaceful and fair election whereby they can elect the leader. So I want to make it clear. Take it out of your mind that this problem was triggered by the war in Nasser. It is something pre-calculated. And Nasser and Western Equatoria were chosen by President Kiir and Bulmel to be the starting point whereby they can trigger the war and now arrest people. Now what had happened that their plan didn't work out because of the defeat of the SSPDF in Nasser. Because if they defeated the White Army in Nasser, they would even come back and also arrest or maybe delay the peace agreement. Like, for example, the first statement that we were expecting from President Kiir was the dissolution of the government. But he was advised, even for people who are saying that Salva Kiir have called for calm, not at all. You cannot call for calm while crying in the national TV as a leader. That was not a call for calm. It by itself is the incitement of a war, telling the people who have the people who lost the people that this is what you should do. Like now they are saying they have to take the law into their own hands. This is what they have been circulating in social media. So President Kiir did not call for calm. He actually incited violence of going and crying on public television. And look at this. The people of Nasser are Salva Kiir people. But look at what he said. He did not even pay condolences to the people. As if they are not human beings, as though they are not the people of South Sudan. That is the president that people are saying that he has called for calm. I believe he has not called for calm, but he incited violence. And I believe the arrest of the people who have been arrested, it is something that have been planned a long time ago. They were just waiting for the right moment. Now the right time has come, even though we have gone to Juba peacefully, and then thinking that the country, even though people were killed in 2013, the genocide was committed on portion of the people, and the killing have been documented by the African Union Commission of Inquiry, that it was a genocide, it was pre-planned, it was premeditated, and it amounted